Hello and welcome everyone to Coach's Corner, our weekly conversation with Trevor Gorman, the head men's soccer coach here at the University at Albany. Coach, first of all, thanks for giving us a couple minutes. The last time we spoke, we were looking ahead to the Hartwick game. That was a game that you guys were in firm control of, start to finish, 3-0. What were your takeaways from that game?
Yeah, that game went well for us. We got a goal early in the first half, and were able to kind of use that to our momentum and our advantage in the second. As we've talked about before, goals change things. So anytime you can get a lead, especially in the first half of play, it allows you to certainly have confidence to play with a little bit of freedom and to force the other team to have to push the issue. So we were able to take advantage of that, and we got 2 late goals to wrap things up. It was a good challenge. Hartwick played very well, and they caused us a lot of trouble. But I liked the way our guys handled the situation, and certainly getting a shutout at home, getting 3 goals at home, those were all positives heading out of the non-conference play into the conference. And
after your shutout of the Hawks, of course, you did start America East play, as you just alluded to. Just a heartbreaker against Stony Brook. You lose in double overtime, 27 seconds left. This is something we got to talk about. What was your frustration level there, and what do you tell your team after the game?
Well, it all goes back to our sport is a wonderful sport. It's a beautiful sport. It's the most popular sport in the world, and maybe it's that way for a reason. The emotions, the swings, what's possible in and out of games, it's anything goes. And so you can come out of a game, and certainly you hate to lose any game. It's heartbreaking, gut-wrenching to lose late on in a match under a minute to go when you fought so hard. But that's soccer. That's sport. That happens. So as we always tell our guys, you can't go back and change the result. Once it happens, it's there, and no one's looking to make excuses. No one's looking to blame anybody but ourselves and to take responsibility for the result and the feeling. And all we can do is move forward and try to get better. We have to assess what we need to do to ensure that does not happen to us again. So very difficult night. Conditions with the weather were difficult to deal with about 20 to 30 mile an hour winds that definitely affected the game. It made everything very fast, very physical. And the schedule makers sent us away for our first 2 conference games this year. So you're playing on the road against a team that's hyped up for their first home conference game. They want to start on a positive note, as do we. So it was a really interesting atmosphere to be a part of. Our guys battled very hard. They fought. They were right there. They came back from a goal deficit. We scored a wonderful goal off a corner kick. Afonso Pinheiro scored his 8th of the year. And we were in position to win the game late and into overtime. But Stony Brook made the play that got them the victory, and now we just have to move on.
Any concern that that's a loss that sticks in your craw for a while?
Well, I mean, that's soccer. You're not going to forget it. It's certainly something that is there, but games come so fast this time of year that you just can't afford to dwell on it. After the season, when you've got months to think, then you can go back and you can play that game of thinking back to individual results or moments. But we've got a big challenge ahead of us tomorrow night, and then an equally big conference game on Saturday that we just can't afford to not focus on.
Well, let's talk about the game tomorrow night. Syracuse on the road, 15th ranked team in the country. You know what type of challenge that is anyway, playing the Orange, but a nationally ranked power. But as I recall, the last time that you guys played them very tough. Is there any, not that you carry over from one season to another, but maybe a little sense of optimism, say, you know what, last time we were on the pitch with these guys, we played well, not well enough to win, but do you take a little bit of that with you?
Sure, you hope that any experience that you've had for your players carries over, and it's really about breeding confidence and breeding a desire to go out and to play the match again. We tell our guys all the time, it doesn't matter what a team's ranked, it doesn't matter their record, it doesn't matter if the game's home or away. It's an opportunity to go play, and you want to play in big games, and that's why you come to college to play soccer. From wherever you're from, New York, anywhere else in the United States, all over the world, you come to play these kinds of games, both against Syracuse and UMBC on the weekend. You want to play the best and you want to challenge yourself. And so our guys will go into the game, certainly remembering back to last year and feeling that there's no reason that they can't compete and win a match, and also looking forward to the quality of the opponent and challenging themselves against that.
Well, you just alluded to the match against UMBC that awaits you on the weekend. No rest for the weary. UMBC was in the Final Four a year ago. They've sort of solidified themselves as a power, certainly within the conference as well. Daunting, yes, but again, another challenge for you guys.
Yeah, we like playing those kinds of teams. UMBC has been very good for the last 4, 5, 6 years. It wasn't just a one-year thing last year, but they got the notoriety by going to the College Cup, which was tremendous for our conference because it showcased the level that's going on week in and week out within our league. And I think this year you're seeing the benefit of that. You're seeing a lot more success within our league in terms of teams performing well, getting victories, and also getting national recognition. So what they did last year was tremendous, and they've earned the right to be top dogs in the conference. I think it's been 24 or 25 games since they lost a conference game. So they've earned everything that they're getting, and they have the right to be the kings at the top of the hill at the moment, and that just makes it more fun to go play against them. And we traditionally do pretty well against them. We like to challenge ourselves on that level, and I'm excited for that game. It's their homecoming on Saturday afternoon, so there'll be a big crowd. And again, we tell our guys, what more would you want?
Well, you know, a tall task lies ahead, but certainly a chance for you guys to make some noise. Best of luck.
Thank you.
All right. We thank Trevor Gorman for a couple minutes here. And as always, you can catch us a week from now as we recap the Syracuse and UMBC matches and look ahead to the rest of the America East schedule. For Zach By and Trevor Gorman, we'll see you next time.